Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma and today I am going to be talking about my thoughts on the book Children of Paradise by Camilla Grudova. So, Children of Paradise, set in a cinema, which in itself is a character in the book, and we follow the first person narration of an unnamed narrator as she starts work at said cinema and the eclectic mix of characters she meets there. This will be a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't read it yet, fear not. I'm just going to be talking about my general thoughts on the book. So Camilla Grudova was a new author to me on the announcement of this book being longlisted for the Women's Prize 2023. Though Grudova has written a set of short stories prior to this called The Doll's House, which was published by Fitzcarraldo. This book was published by Atlantic Books in July 2022. Grudova is a Canadian author who now lives in Edinburgh, and the inspiration for this book came from her own work job in a cinema where she was laid off during the pandemic. So that sort of fueled the start for this book, and it was an interesting one. So the title Children of Paradise is the name of a film I have not seen, and every chapter is named after different films and notes their directors. Now, I'd like to start by saying I am not in any way, shape or form a film buff. And so I feel like a lot of references and sort of hidden gems within this text completely went over my head. So if you are more of a film buff, I feel that you may get a lot more out of this book than I did. This was quite a fun book. There is a lot of satirical humour in this. And as I said, the characters are very eclectic and bizarre. So we have a cast of about 5 different characters working in this cinema, and I think one thing that Grudova did really well was differentiate them. So they did all have their own separate feel and vibe, and for a short book, this is only about 200 pages, I think that she did that very well. Up to about the 75% mark in this book, my overall thoughts were, this is quite fun and funny. It wasn't setting my world on fire, but it was readable enough. And then the end got dark. So obviously I'm not going to tell you what happened, but it got really dark in that last sort of 20-25% of the book. And again, I think Grudova did quite well at juxtaposing the sort of satirical feel of the novel up until that point with the then very dark events that happened. And so overall, I thought this was a good book. I gave this 3.5 stars, but it really didn't set my world on fire. I would like to caveat this by saying that generally short books are not my jam. They have to really be exceptional for a short book to rate highly in my mind. So there just wasn't enough for me to get my teeth into, and some of the events towards the end did seem to come a little bit left field. So I was a bit like, oh, okay, I didn't think this was where we were working to, which I suppose the fact that the author surprised me is a good thing, but I'm not sure I wanted it to go in that direction, if that makes sense. So overall, a pretty good book, but would I say this is one of the best books published by women in the last 12 months? Probably not. That's just my opinion. If you've read it, let me know. I'd really love to discuss it with you in the comments. Are you planning to read this one? If you are interested in seeing my thoughts on the rest of the long list as we go through, I will be posting reviews for the books as I finish them, so hit subscribe so that you don't miss any fun reviews. I have also done a review for Stoneblind by Natalie Haynes, which is also long listed. I will leave that here, and I will catch you all very soon with another one. Bye guys.